What's up, guys? Ryan Logue here with Gambler Pro Staff. Go check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at RL Fishing, and I would greatly appreciate it. So before we get started in this video, I kind of want to go over what it's about and what you're about to see. So this was the Gambler Free Tournament on Lake Talquin, which is located about 11 miles west of Tallahassee. It's about an 8,000 to 9,000 acre lake, and it's full of timber. Okay, before they dammed this lake up, it was pretty much just forest. So whenever they filled it with water, they didn't really cut the trees out and haul them out. They just kind of left them in the lake. So this lake can be a really good fishery, but it can also be a very dangerous lake because it doesn't have any buoy systems. It has a river channel that runs down it, but even on the river channel, you can hit stumps that are right up underneath the surface of the water. So you got to be really careful if you're going to fish this lake. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover as I walk into the bait and tackle store here at Ingram's Marina. And as you can see, they have plenty of lures to choose from. They have plenty of gambler lures to choose from. So if you run out of something on the water, you can always get something, come in, get a snack, get a drink, whatever. They have good prices. These are good people, and they were a big help in putting this tournament on. I want to thank them. And here as I walk into where we were doing the sign up, Bass Pro Shops had their table set up with their cooler raffle, their Cabela's cooler raffle. And the two guys here were from Florida A&M fishing team, Florida A&M University here in Tallahassee. About to get started here in North Florida on beautiful Lake Talquin. Got the free gambler tournament. Got about 71, 72 boats here today. The FLW trailer set up. Weigh scales up here. About ready to roll.
That's where all our rods. That ain't no fun. I'm not gonna do
Got some good tanks here set up. Fish. All right, so here's a little bit of footage from takeoff. I'm actually going to put in some pictures as well from takeoff, so if you want to see those, it'll be shortly after this video here. But if you want to skip to where I talk about the baits that were most successful in this tournament, I'll put a time in the video and you can skip straight to that. All right, so first we're going to start off with the Gambler Heavy Cover Swim Jig. This is what the guys caught the big fish at the tournament off of, but they were fishing it with a Gambler burner crawl. So, you know, my personal preference for this bait is a swim bait as a trailer, but they were catching it with a Gambler burner crawl as a trailer, and they said that, you know, all their big fish came off the same exact spot. So I'm assuming they were fishing timber or some kind of structure that they were throwing to, and they were catching those big bass off that same spot. And a lot of times that's how it is. You got to really pinpoint your cast. And I'm gonna show you this fish real quick. This was the fish right here. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but that was caught by Tony and Marley, 8 pounds 4 ounces, big fish. And so that's a great bait there for catching big ones. It's a big profile bait. You know, it pushes a lot of water, and especially, you know, if you fish it with a swim bait, it's got that big boot tail on there, the Easy Vibe swim bait. Pushes a lot of water with that tail, and it's just a great fish catching bait. The bait that really was productive throughout the tournament and won the tournament for the guys that got first place was the 10-inch ribbon-tail worm. You know, you fish this thing on a shaky head Texas rig. It's pretty versatile. You fish it on a Carolina rig, you know, wobble head, whatever you want to fish it on. And the guys were fishing it really, really slow. I don't know what they were fishing, but they were fishing it really slow. I'm assuming they were fishing timber, but you know, that's just me guessing on that. A lot of guys chose to go up river, and this is number 3. This is a Gambler burner crawl. And the guys up river, they were flipping the hyacinth and, you know, thick grass up on the side of the river channel in the flats. And you know, they were flipping up there. It's, you know, it's hot summer. I think it was like 120 something heat index or something like that. It was really hot, and those fish will get up under that cover, get in that cooler water, and stay out of that heat. But they're flipping this on about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 ounce in some areas where it's a little bit thinner, all the way up to 1.5 ounces in some areas if it's, you know, thicker cover. But that was another good fish producing bait right there. Those are the 3 main baits that were really productive in the tournament. But I want to go over a bait that a lot of people don't know about, that, or at least I didn't until I looked on their website, and this is the Gambler Super Stud. This is their fluke style bait. And, you know, I never see these in stores around where I live, at least. I've never seen them in stores, you know, anywhere else. I fish Lake Seminole a lot. Never seen them up there. But this is a good bait, too. You know, unlike Zoom, Gambler sells theirs in 20 packs. So, you know, you get more for your buck, and made out of a different material, made out of a different plastic, so they have a different fall. Might as well check them out. Pretty good baits. Another bait that a lot of people said they were catch them on when they said they couldn't catch them on the, you know, the 10-inch ribbon tail was a Sweebo worm. They had to downsize for a lot of those fish that were just too finicky and didn't want to bite that bigger presentation bait, or maybe it was the you know, the style of it falling down, the action that it had, something they didn't like, so they switched to a smaller profile bait, the Sweebo worm. So those were the main 4-5 baits that were productive in the tournament. But, you know, something else you could do is, you know, put a little easy on a heavy cover swim jig, or, you know, change up the color depending on the time of year. You know, if there's a, you know, brim bite, you know, good brim spawn or something like that, you know, throw brim color. If the water clarity is not very good, you know, if it's pretty tainted, pretty muddy, throw a darker color like a black and blue. You know, just kind of try to match the hatch as good as you can, and that's just going to make you a better angler in the end.